Today I'm going to be breaking down TaTaTa by Burna Boy featuring Travis Scott. I'll be talking you through the various production elements, lyrical themes and some of the things that you may have missed on first listen. So whether you are a fan, you're an aspiring artist or producer, or you're just a music geek like me, this video is definitely for you. Alright, you know the sketch, headphones on, let's get into some new music. Right, banging intro. Cut. The road that they go different, but I was looking back. Got some flash, not for the sake of flash. I don't calculate that back. You make me emotional, but something must kill him, man. Every Monday night your waist, every Tuesday. Horns. Harmonies on the vocals as well. Friday night party, Saturday night holiday. Sunday praise the Lord, but every single day. Okay, right, I'm going to pause it there because we've just got a break within the track. So let's go ahead, let's cover off the first section, and then we'll go ahead, we will see the rest of the track out. Alright, so first things first, let's break down the lyrical themes because this will give us an idea of where the track is headed and maybe even why some of the production choices have been made. So, at its core, this track is about reckless desire and emotional indulgence, served with a super-sized dose of bravado. We do get flashes of structured obsession within Burna Boy's verse, where desire literally becomes a day-to-day ritual, but Travis doesn't mirror this. If anything, he tends to lean more towards spontaneous chaos, so more in-the-moment stuff rather than calculated pursuit. Now, as usual, I've got some of the lyrics here, so we can hear these themes in lines like, I nearly bashed my car because of this of your back. You make me emotional, but something must kill a man, which I think is an absolutely banging line. We also have, she sipped me like codeine. And then finally, yeah, I be caught off her like AC. Make her jump when I want. I got technique. So while on the surface it may seem playful and even absurd at times, there is clearly a darker theme running underneath. And this is a classic example where desire becomes routine, emotion becomes indulgence, and nobody's asking questions anymore. Production, and I want to kick off by talking about the intro, and this is especially important for aspiring artists and producers. Listen to how no moment is wasted. From the minute you press play all the way through to the first verse dropping, there is never a moment of dead space. And this is a really good example of how the pros leverage their intros to pull you in rather than let it play out with no real purpose. And something that I think is also really clever here is how the drums actually mirror the rhythm of the opening sound that we get within the first 3 seconds. It's subtle, but it creates cohesion. Drone synth, at least this is what I'm going to be calling it anyway. Notice how this sound sits front and center in the mix, but it's also present throughout the entirety of the track. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, why would anybody do this? Like, why would somebody put such a cold and emotionless and almost jarring sound right at the front of the mix? Well, aside from giving the track structure and consistency, it's also playing a key role in creating and holding tension. But more than anything, it's reflecting that cold, blunt and reckless nature of the track itself. Notice it doesn't shift, it doesn't evolve, it just sits there echoing the chaos that's happening around it. Finally, we have the chorus, and look, I think it's safe to say that this chorus can be interpreted in many different ways. So let me just give you my take on it. On the surface, it sounds throwaway, right? Just ta-ta-ta repeated throughout. But when you align it to the verses, which as we've already discussed are wild, they're indulgent, and they're chaotic, the chorus now almost feels like a bit of a shrug. It's almost like they're saying, you know what, this is just what we do. This is how we roll. This is just our life now. So what seems extreme and chaotic to the outside world, to them, it's just routine. Something that isn't even worth explaining. So rather than kind of build up to this big emotional hook, they just flatten it to ta-ta-ta, reflecting that emotional numbness to the lifestyle. Okay, so that is it for the analysis. Now, before we move on, if you are enjoying this breakdown, give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Other than that, let's go ahead, let's see the rest of the track out.
And shake that culo now.
Slide on me, put that C-spot on me. She sip me like codeine, be my fan like only. Cry, baby, young flame, I hope she can take heat. I be cool off her like AC, make her jump when I want, I got technique. Yeah, my money is big as your Nash. Bring your fanny, I better not clash. By the business.
Okay, just very quickly, notice here how they've actually stripped the drums out, which is something different. We didn't get that in the second section with Burna Boy. If anything, we actually got a bit of an uplift with some horns coming in and, you know, harmonies being added to the vocals. So let's just take it back one or two, just listen to the drums being stripped out, and obviously then what that does for the track.
Be my fan like only. Cry, baby, young flame, I hope she can take heat. I be cool off her like AC, make her jump when I want, I got technique. My money is big as your Nash. Bring your fanny, I better not clash. By the business, I fly first class. Just to on that ass. She that's that cash. I might split 3, 4, 5 on the bag. She can't hop in the lemon, she bad. Splash on week, yeah, that for gas.
Back into the chorus now. Outro. Now we got that rhythm that we had in the intro now. Mixed with the chorus, actually, listen to that. Okay, that's it for me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, then you will definitely enjoy the ones that are popping up right now. Click on the screen, save them for later. Either way, they are worth a watch. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.